Well, the situation along Lebanon's southern border with Israel remains tense, and now the chief of the IDF warns they're ready to shift into an offensive mode at any moment. This comes as both Lebanon and Israel announced civilian casualties from Sunday's strikes along the border. There has been a near-daily exchange of fire there since October 8th between Israel and militants like Hezbollah. And that's something the US Secretary of State raised deep concerns about as he met with Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister in Amman, Jordan. He thanked him for his leadership in preventing Lebanon from being pulled into a wider war, as well as for Lebanon's efforts in working with regional partners to pursue peace. Well, earlier, my colleague Becky Anderson spoke directly to Lebanon's foreign minister. Here's a bit of what they discussed.
And I want to ask about what the Prime Minister, what the message was from the Lebanese Prime Minister to Antony Blinken, and indeed what he got back. But let's just start with this uptick of strikes, of incidents on that border with Israel. Reports suggest an Hezbollah lawmaker has said that the Israeli strike, which killed children earlier today, is, quote, a dangerous development which will have repercussions. How concerned are you about a statement like that from an Hezbollah lawmaker and the risk of escalation at this point?
I am very concerned because the children, 3 children under 10, 3 young girls under 10, and with their grandmother, and they were hit by a drone, and they were driving towards Beirut, running away from the problems in the south. So it is really, in all of Lebanon, not only Hezbollah, all of Lebanon is really upset about this situation, that they were fighting each other, the military fighting each other, and now it goes to civilians, and a civilian car going towards Beirut, and it was hit by an Israeli drone. And we always are afraid that the war would start like this by an incident. Yeah. Yes.
In his first, and you make a very good point, any spark at this point could really raise the stakes. In his first big speech since this war began, Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, warned of a regional war if this assault doesn't stop in Gaza, and he said he holds the United States responsible for what is going on in Gaza. He stopped short of committing to a broader war. He speaks again on Saturday. What do you make of his comments? And do you share the view that he is somewhat distancing himself at this point from the action?
Well, from the beginning, the government had a lot of negotiations with Hezbollah and others that are in the front in southern Lebanon. And we are under the impression, and they didn't tell us, but we are under the impression that there wouldn't be any big war coming unless Israel attacks Lebanon, or the situation gets very, very, very bad in Gaza. Now, what Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah said yesterday did not change from the beginning, but he explained it very well yesterday to all concerned. So we are not, but I don't know what's going to happen now. You know, you can never tell in such circumstances what would happen, because one small incident can start a war, you know. Hopefully not. Lebanese do not want war. I don't think Hezbollah wants the war. But, and as they said, they didn't know about the attack that Hamas did. It doesn't mean that they have no relation with Hamas, but they didn't know what they started it. We don't want a war in Lebanon, and hopefully the Israelis would not start with us a war.